Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of our Role Model Maker Show. Today, I have a very special guest with us. We have Batista. She is with Dr. Fitness USA or Dr. Fitness International. And I was talking to her last week, and she had a really amazing story, and I thought everybody should hear about it. And without further ado, Batista, I'm glad to have you on the show. Welcome. Tell us more about yourself.
Well, great. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show and have this chat with you. And so again, my name is Batista and I'm originally from Switzerland. If you wondered, I put it out there right away so that you don't have to think about where is she from? Where is that accent from? So originally from the French part of Switzerland. And I am a former professional flamenco and ballet dancer. That's what I've done my whole life. I started when I was 3 years old. My mother was a ballet dancer. My father was a mime, and that's all I ever done. That's all I ever knew. And I had a really successful career traveling. I had a dance company, a dance studio, an arts education program. It was basically all dance. But the thing is, I suffered from a lot of injuries. When I reached my mid 40s, I had all types of injuries, backache, neck injury, knees, shoulder, Achilles. And that was caused by a long dancing career, but also by some car accidents that I had in my mid 20s. So the car accidents plus the dancing over, all the injuries that I had, I was kind of really against the wall. And I had basically tried everything. I was healthy dancing, I had to watch what I ate and I was active and I've gone to physiotherapy, I've done chiropractic, I've done acupuncture, I've done positive thinking, I've done, like the hands-on healing, the voodoo, the this, the that, everything, but my injuries weren't, I didn't really do voodoo, that was a joke. It was just a matter of speech, but basically I tried everything and my injuries weren't getting better. And I was pretty much against the wall, really facing losing my career. And if I was to lose my career, then how would I support myself and what would I do? So my other hobby, aside from dancing, was always meditation and quantum physics and metaphysical science and all these areas of spirituality. And one day I woke up, I kind of went like, I know too much to really not find a solution. There was something like, hey, what's going on? I've been doing all these for all these years and now I'm like lost. What's up? Something is missing. And I had a moment of clarity. I was in a meditation session and I kind of like woke up and I really realized that I was missing something that I needed to find. I looked around and I saw all these meditator, really beautiful people with a lot of spiritual knowledge, including myself, but I saw a lot of people that were really hurting, like, pain, um, out of shape, overweight, underweight, bad posture, whatever. I went like, what's up, And so I prayed really hard and I used every tool I ever used about manifestation and everything that you ever hear, I did it. And the next day I met Dr. Fitness USA. And, it sounded like it was by accident. Of course, it wasn't by accident. But when he approached me and he said that he's an international body designer, for me, the light bulb went on. And I said, that's exactly what I need. An international body designer? I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. And so to make a long story short, I listened to his conversation that was very unusual, very different, very out of the box. I didn't get it. I was a dancer. I didn't know how weightlifting will help me with my injuries because I couldn't lift anything I was so hurt. And in the same sentence, he would say to work out from a female perspective, but then in the same sentence, he would say something like, learn never to do anything that's uncomfortable. So weightlifting and never doing anything that's uncomfortable didn't fit in the same sentence from my perspective, because weightlifting sounded really hard.
Exactly.
It sounded hard, but it was so new, and I had never heard anything like that, and beyond even the workout, even like, oh, as a woman you have to stop giving, you have to receive. Just, it was like bizarre. And I said, okay, I prayed for it. And so I hired him. And a few weeks later, I actually went into the gym. Back then, all the workouts were in the gym. Now we do virtually online. But I went in the gym with him. I learned his system, and basically in a matter of a week, my backache was gone.
Wow.
Like a week. I was a believer by then. And then a month, maybe my shoulder, and then pretty soon I didn't have any more injuries. I've been pain-free for 11 years. And basically what happened is I married him.
Oh, that's a good way.
I figured this is a keeper, right? So I ended up marrying him. And that's how finally I made a career transition. I had some other dramas in my life. My dance studio caught on fire. Then in 2008, we had the crisis. All the arts education was wiped out of the school. There was that. My other business kind of went into flame, basically, two businesses.
Right.
And both my parents died. I mean, it was just like a series of events where I was placed in a position. Now I really have to make a decision. Do I embrace this new knowledge and really join force with Stephen, Dr. Fitness USA, or do I start from scratch in a dance world, which I had done like 40 plus years? And I said, no, I'm going to go with the body design, and that the rest is history. Here we are.
Got it. Wow, that's quite a story. It's amazing how when there is the proper remedy or answer to a problem, you start seeing results rather quickly. All those years that you tried, and then all of a sudden, so quickly, within 1 week, you got those results. That is just amazing.
Amazing. Yeah,
Right.
I was blown away. Yeah.
So tell me this. Why is this topic important? Why is it important for people to be on top of their health and fitness?
Well, generally speaking, why is it important to be on top of your health is because, right now in the present moment, we have a pandemic, and people's immune system is compromised. I was just online before this interview, and there is a report that says that just in the last 5 days, we have 250,000 new cases. So, I don't know if that's not alarming to you, but I think that it's the problem is not a virus, a pandemic. The problem is that people's immune system is compromised. And why is people's immune system compromised? Is because one, or their people in general are not really putting their health as a priority. That's one thing, but also because there's a lot of misconceptions, and people in general are misled in the fitness to do things that may not be for their best benefits. And so there's confusion. So they don't know what to do. So it sounds hard, or they try something and then it doesn't work. And so they give up. And besides, they have no time anyway, right? Because they're working their business, or they're over inundated with responsibilities and stress. So the topic is extremely important now more than ever, because people have to take charge of their health. You
I,
know, I mean, seriously,
I
because a
always,
mask and gloves is not going to do it, folks.
exactly. I always tell people, you cannot avoid stress. The only way to avoid stress is if you're already dead, basically. Part of being alive means that you actually cope and handle and deal with stress. Now, you can choose to have good stress in your life or bad stress in your life. And if you choose to have bad stress in your life or try to have no stress in your life, eventually your body is going to become sensitive enough that the slightest amount of bad stress is going to throw it out of balance as well. So it's much better to give yourself some really big and good stress so that there's no room to be stressed out by the bad stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And to piggyback on what you're saying, sometimes, and we know that we need to exercise, right, because it's good for you and whatever. But with what some of the modalities that are that we see out there, like boot camps, um, insanity routines, these hardcore exercise, that actually puts more stress on you. It
Right.
puts more stress on your body, on your joints, but also on your nervous system. So understanding and being educated and informed about what different fitness, what results to expect for different modalities is also very important,
Right.
so that you can really actually benefit from it, not run yourself down.
Right. It's important for your body to be supported before you ask of it to do something. So if you ask of it to do something and it's not supported and properly prepared for it, then that's where injury happens. That's when, in my field, brain crashes, seizures, epilepsies, those kind of things would happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So tell me this. What are the three challenges that people face often when it comes to the fitness world when they come and see you or they're thrown the towel in? The things that you commonly see.
So the first one that we see is pain.
Hmm.
Okay, that's because we're known for helping people get rid of pain. So usually that's kind of like the first
It's a
hook, that why
great
people
motivator.
yeah. So there's different types of pains and different types of circumstances. Uh, a big one is back pain. We see all the time. The person would have tried a lot of things. They might be facing surgery or something. They don't want to do it, and they hear about us, and that's one of the reasons why they come. There's all kinds of different types of pain, though. A lot of people sometimes come to us also because they they may have, or not maybe such a drastic injury, like a surgery, or like a shoulder surgery that needs to happen, but because they find that every time they work out, they end up injuring themselves. So they actually stop, like they don't do it anymore, or they just settle by just taking a walk or doing little things, because they just know that if they do more, then they're going to get injured. So we see a lot of that. And then just the basic loss of strength, the basic arthritis, the basic I can't get up in the morning without my joints cracking, and just kind of the regular age related deterioration, which is
Right.
actually kind of optional also, right?
Yep.
Because
A
it
lot of
doesn't have
people
to be
think
like
getting
this.
older means that you have to have more aches and pains and you have to reduce your activities or you're going to get injured. And I totally agree with you. I always used to tell the patients in the clinic, what's the difference between a 60 or a 70-year-old person that goes and runs a marathon and you who are 30 or 40 complaining of pains and trying to compensate for it in your life and already altering your activities? Uh, you and I share similar passions about optimizing human performance. And one of the things that I was very passionate about was the fact that these people were literally losing days off of work, losing their productivity, losing valuable quality time with their loved ones, with friends, with family members, children that they couldn't play with, grandchildren in some cases. And it's just because they had learned to accept the fact that they're just not up for the task.
Absolutely. That was me 11 years ago. I was like, this is it. My life is going to be like this forever, until I had that moment of clarity. And in the last 11 years, I haven't had any pain. I'm pain free 11 years. I leg press 650 pounds at the gym once a week. Okay. I chest press 135 pounds. I'm like really strong. I don't look like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like this, because if you have education and you know how to put the body into balance, you become incredibly strong. You become incredibly strong, and it's not about building the big muscles, and it's not about that. It's just about restructuring the body from the inside out, so your body's supported and strong. And then you can lift that incredible amount of weight, which is, by the way, so much fun. I know when I say that, often people, men, especially women, say, "Oh, I don't want to lift so much weight. Why do I have to lift so much weight? It doesn't sound fun at all." But it's so much fun when you tap into that power that you have, and you're not suffering. It's easy, but you get that rush of endorphins to the brain. It's like, wow, it's amazing.
I mean, you have the rush of endorphins, you have growth hormones that are internally built so that it keeps you young. You're burning calories, so it keeps you slim and fit. There's all kinds of these things. The whole process of working your metabolism so that it can deliver the energy, all of those things are significant things. And I think you alluded to one of the things in my next question to you, which is the 3 secrets that you find that can help this. And one of which is that to work with your body to make it stronger so that it can support you and do what you want it to do, basically. But so what are the secrets that you typically can give that are big ahas for people?
Well, and this is not really a secret, but it's very often misunderstood, is that, and it's exactly what you said about weight loss, okay? We see often people come to us, especially women, and they say, "Oh, I can't do weightlifting or strength training because I have to lose weight first." So they go on the treadmill thinking that they want to lose weight first, and then when they're going to lose weight, they're going to do strength training, because in their mind, if they do strength training and they're already overweight, they're going to get bigger. And it's totally the opposite. Your first activity of choice, if you want to lose weight, has to be strength training, because that's how you develop lean muscle mass, which is going to not only sculpt and tone. So, you can't tone fat. Okay? You can't tone fat. So you're going to sculpt and tone, so you're going to look better, like very, very rapidly, but you're also going to boost your metabolism. So that's, we hear this like very, very often.
The
So
sad
that's
part,
one. Yeah,
exactly one of the things I was going to mention about that. The sad part is most of the people, while they're going on the cardio, they're also trying these fad diets that also causes them to even lose more muscle mass, because their body needs energy and it doesn't have access to the actual fat reserves. So it breaks down muscle tissue in the process. And
Yes.
now they're actually lower in their metabolic rate as far as being able to burn calories to begin with. And it's like a self-perpetuating problem. So, yep, exactly.
Absolutely. It's a vicious cycle. It never ends. It just never ends. And so we don't even recommend diets. I know diets is important. Don't tell, I'm not going to say it's not important that you have to eat healthy, but it's a lifestyle. So whenever you get rid of something, you cause an imbalance in the body, and then there's another problem that starts, and then you have to deal with that. So you're always putting the body out of whack. What about just eating in moderation, having a balanced meal, and eat healthy live foods, just common sense, really avoid processed food, just refined sugars, but that that's the ticket and a good healthy exercise program. So the second secret, and we touched on it a little bit before, it's about the type of exercise for the nervous system, because there is the fitness. Okay, so let me back up and explain a little bit. We all have male and female energy in both men and women. Both have male and female energy. So as we get older, women tend to become more intellectual because we produce more progesterone. And we also have more, we become more intellectual, we have business, we have more responsibility, we have to take care of the family. And all that is male energy, because the male energy is giving, doing, competing, while the female energy is receiving, being, right? So as for women, as we get older, we tend to be a lot in our head, intellectually, male energy. And then we want to get in shape. So we gotta go do something. We gotta hire the personal trainer. We gotta get on the treadmill. We gotta do. And that's more male energy. So what happens is you compound more male energy in the system. So actually, let me give you an analogy. The nervous system is kind of like the electrical panel in your house, okay? So when it's outdated and you plug in too many appliances, it's gonna blow a fuse. And that's exactly the process of what I'm talking about. The nervous system is the electrical panel. And when you are doing and running all that male energy and never really empowering yourself to stop and be still and strengthen your nervous system, right? Then you blow a fuse. And that's when illness happens, depression, and everybody is going to respond to it in a different way. We all respond to it in a different way. So what we do in our system, we increase a person's strength by 20 to 50%. Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah, very right. Hey, I leg press 650. But a person like yourself, or a woman 60 years old that's never worked out really in her life, we can actually take her through a series of exercise, and very rapidly she could be leg pressing 300 pounds safely with no pain. But because the body's grounded and safe, because we work with ergonomics, so we always make sure the position is right, the technique, the form, everything is in place, then that strength increase actually strengthens the nervous system. And that is pretty much like rewiring your electrical panel in your house. So basically we rewire people. So it's a stress management tool. So it's like more like a meditation than a workout, actually.
Correct.
So the strength is not optional. And this is the second secret. Strength is not optional. Strength is what we lose as of age 30. If you're not building strength with a specific strength training activity or weightlifting, doing something to build strength, you're losing strength at an accelerated rate of 10% per decade. It's huge. So 30, 40, you don't know it. 40, you go, oh, I'm not feeling the same way. I'm not healing as quickly. I'm getting a little sluggish. 40 to 50, by the time you're 60, your strength is way down. So strength is not optional. You need to keep the strength up.
Exactly. Very good. Very cool. And was that it?
Let's see. I had a third one. What was it? No time.
Time? Oh, okay.
Time, yeah. People say I have no time, no
Mm,
time
I
to
see.
work out.
I see.
And
Like a
this is,
management of time. I see.
yeah, and that is a myth. Okay, that is a myth because you have time. When you learn to work out smarter, not harder, you learn to do less, you feel better, you become more productive, your priorities change, you're able to really focus to be more productive. People are multitasking all the time, running around like chicken without a head.
Mm.
And do you know that statistically speaking, there's research on that. People that multitask have the cognitive um, capability of an 8 years old. They
Well,
compare, yeah, they compare,
as a clinical neuroscientist, I can tell you multitasking doesn't exist. You're just shifting back and forth, and every time you change your focus, it takes a tremendous amount of energy, which ultimately is wasted, and you end up feeling very fatigued as a result of it.
exactly, and you compare to like having smoked marijuana or being up all night. So people say, oh, I have no time, I have no time. But just observe how you run your life, how you know, what, just just write down what you do for one day and see how much time is wasted, just as you say, just going like this. So when you strengthen your nervous system, reduce stress, you learn to be in the present. You stop multitasking. You do take your workout. In our system, you really only have to do it maybe for 45 minutes 3 times a week. So if you don't have that time um, to put on yourself 45 minutes 3 times a week for a workout, then there's another problem. We have to really recheck priorities. But when you do all that, then you will be amazed of how things start flowing in your life. Things fall into place. You become more productive. um, you don't have to redo things because you have mental clarity. You don't have brain fog, or you don't have a backache. You're not in front of the computer. You So time is a huge myth. And there's one more thing I want to address real quick, and it's not really a secret, but it's more like something to be aware of, is that whatever you do, especially in the workout, just be concerned about posture. Okay, because we talked about the neurochemicals to the brain, we talk about productivity, we talk about stress, we talk about mood behavior, pain management, and really the foundation of the body is your spine, is your posture. That's through where the neuromuscular chemicals reach the brain. And so what we are finding is many people don't have any awareness of where their posture is at. So they're in the computer all day long or on the phone, and then they work out like this or like this, and it just makes it worse. So whatever you're doing, this is one of the things that would be good to be aware of. Where is my posture? So now I can start doing things to counteract and fix it.
At
Yeah.
any given point, you're training your body. Now you'll be training it either the correct way or perpetuating the problem, basically. And
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
very cool. That's wonderful. Batista, how can people find out more about you and what you guys do? I'm sure I'm going to put the description and the links, or I should say the links in the description. There's my dyslexia right there. But tell us more about yourselves and how we can contact you, how the audience could.
Of course. So we are drfitnessusa.com and drfitnessinternational.com. So there's two websites. So on both, they come to us. Dr. Fitness International is more for our corporate wellness programs. Dr. Fitness USA is more geared for pain. There's a lot of testimonial and a lot of information on it that relates directly to pain management. So Dr. is DR, the short version, Dr. Fitness USA, and Dr. DR Fitness International INT.com. INT, yes. And so that's a good place to start. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dr. Fitness USA. We have about 350, maybe more videos
We'll
there.
put the link on that as well. Where are you guys located at?
We are in Los Angeles.
And you see people internationally based on what you're telling.
Yes, because we started, when I met Steven 11 years ago, it was all one-on-one. People were traveling to Los Angeles to work with him, and then they were going home. But 3 years ago, we put the programs online. That was my vision when I met him. When I met him, I had a vision to expand, scale, and being able to offer this program to more people than just one-on-one, because a program like this is so amazing. People have to know about it.
Right.
And so I dedicated about 8 years of my life to formulate and put the system online, which we did 3 years ago. Thank God. So, but it was still teaching people to work out in the gym. So through the pandemic, we had to shift that. And now we have programs that can be done at home.
Got it.
Also.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
virtually.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll make sure that I put all of those links in the description so people can find you and the YouTube channel and contact you as well. We here at Role Model Maker, everything we do is brain-based, so I always love people in the field that actually do things, putting that in regard basically whenever it comes to whatever it is that they're doing. So the fact that you focus so much on posture, ergonomics, and the neural connection with the fitness and the strength training is basically music to my ears. So I really do appreciate your work and Stephen's as well. So I really thank you for being here. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we part?
If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then Dr. Fitness International can help you achieve it.
Awesome. I like that. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, family members, for being here and listening to our talk with Batista today. We look forward to serving you in the future episodes as well. Have a good day. Cheers.